Welcome everyone to Neverwinter on PC. My name is Rainer and today we're going to look at the new MOD16 Paladin. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you would like to see more information or videos about Neverwinter, hit subscribe button. This is the second class I'm going to take a closer look at together with you all. The first class was of course the Ranger, which has 2 Barakon paths with the DPS role. This time is the new Paladin, and the Paladin fulfills any of the 2 other available roles. You have either the tank role or the healer role. In this video I'm not going to go into detail on all of the powers, feats or skills, nor is this video meant as a build video. In this video I will show you the new mechanics revolving around the new Paladin class, and I will briefly demonstrate how things work in battle. Mechanic wise, both the tank and healer roles have almost the same shift mechanic. The shift mechanic will hold up their shield to block incoming damage. The Paladin has a shield the size of 50% of their hit points, which is linked to their stamina. So if you look at your hit points, you can see it's 183,400 hit points. So the shield will be 91,732 in this case. Half of your hit points. When hit with your shield up, stamina is drained according to how much damage you took. When your stamina is fully drained, you will start to lose actual hit points. Before that, you only lose stamina. The remaining size of the shield, or the amount of stamina left, is indicated by this blue bar, the guard bar. This mechanic is kind of like what we had before, but it does not slowly drain stamina by itself anymore. While you're holding up your shield, and this is the same as before, you're not able to perform any powers, no at wills, no encounters, and no dailies. So let me show you how this actually looks in battle. So here we have some enemies and they start hitting me. My companion will actually start hitting back, but as you can see, my stamina is slowly drained. Okay, we have ooze here. Let's try to kill this real quick, because it will do a lot of damage. As you can see, my stamina is slowly being drained and my hit points stay full, or at least I'm not losing hit points right now. If I stop shielding, of course my stamina will regenerate again. As long as I shield, the stamina will stay down. The second shared mechanic is Divinity. Divinity can be generated in many ways, sometimes passive, sometimes by blocking, and sometimes by doing damage or using certain skills. There are many ways. Most Paladin encounter powers require Divinity. So you can see Divinity as kind of a resource, just like action points, which you have here. When you use an encounter that requires Divinity, some of it is used up. The amount of Divinity you have is shown with this yellow Divinity bar. At the moment I have a maximum of 1000 Divinity. So let me show you how that bar works. I go to some enemies again. And if I use an encounter power like the Q here, you'll see that I use up some Divinity. Divinity will recharge for the tank class when I get hit. And also when I do damage, I think. I'm actually not class at the moment. Yeah, I didn't take a loadout at the moment, but it doesn't matter. So now my Divinity is empty and I cannot do any encounter powers anymore. They actually show how much Divinity you need to perform this encounter power. Alright, so that's the shared mechanics. Let's go to the first role. The first role that I want to talk about is the tank role, or the Justicar. To take this role of the tank, all you have to do is choose the Paragon path, Justicar. This Paragon path will give you powers and feats that revolve around generating threats and tanking enemy attacks. Of course, the tank Paladin can also do some damage, because that's needed to generate threat. As for mechanics, the Justicar Paladin will generate divinity by blocking damage. You can see that here. This synergizes well with being the tank and requiring divinity to perform powerful encounter powers. This does mean, however, that you have to generate threats, because the big bad boss needs to be hitting you. As for the tap mechanic, this one is kind of like the shift mechanic, but it also protects people behind you. On top of that, this tap mechanic will drain your divinity slowly, but getting hit still works like the shift mechanic, where damage will be soaked by your stamina. Let's show you guys how this class works in battle. So my divinity is back to full, my stamina is back to full, my health is back to full, so I'm ready to rock. So you have some enemies. The Paladin can actually very easily take out single enemies. It will take some divinity, but as you see, when I keep blocking, okay, the spider's not attacking much, but you will see with every attack, this blocking will actually generate some divinity for me. Divinity will not, it will also generate slowly by itself. But yeah, encounter powers cost a lot of divinity, so it will take a while until you can perform them again. Yeah, divinity also slowly generates out of combat for the Justicar Paladin. The Justicar Paladin has nice encounter powers. Smite is very nice for single target to kill enemies really quick. It does a lot of damage. And Bane is very nice to hit a larger group of enemies. So the Paladin actually has something for every situation, at least to clear enemies. Let's go back to the campfire to switch to the other role. So the other role is the healer role, or the Oathkeeper. In order to take the healer role, you guessed it, you have to pick the Oathkeeper Paragon path. This Paragon path will give you powers and feats revolving around keeping party members alive. Of course, also this Paragon path can dish out some damage. Actually, it has the same Bane and Smite skill that I showed you before on the tank Paladin. So, damage wise, they're doing just fine. As for mechanics, the Oathkeeper Paladin, just like the Justicar Paladin, generates divinity automatically over time, but by using their tap mechanic, they can speed up this process. So let me show you this. I will use the Bane skill for a bit. As you can see, my divinity is being drained fast. And if I use my tap mechanic, I will actually start regenerating divinity very fast. This way they will always have enough divinity to dish out some heavy encounter powers, to heal party members or to damage foes. Mechanically wise, that's actually all there is to say about the Oathkeeper Paladin, but how it fares in battle? It is a healer, but it's actually pretty okay, and let me show you. So as for the Oathkeeper, it also has the shield, but as you can see, it does not regenerate divinity by using the shield. Let me actually try to show you. See, we're getting hit multiple times, but the regeneration that we're getting is only the passive regeneration. As for killing enemies, we have smite, so we just smack those spiders to death. Well, that was a waste of divinity, but as I said before, you just press top. Why is it not working now? That's annoying. Okay, my tab key does not work for some reason. Huh. No idea. Tab does not work. Anyway, as you can see, the Oathkeeper Paladin, even though it's a healer, can fare in battle pretty well. Smite is actually pretty strong. Anyway, that's it for the Paladin class. I hope this clears some things up if you haven't seen mod 16 yet. It is really different from what it used to be. Paladins are very tanky, of course, as always. They're not immortal anymore with their, what's it called, Templar's Wrath and Bane, the old, Binding Oath that they had before, which gave them hundreds of thousands of hit points. They're not immortal anymore, but they're still very tanky. If you have any remarks in this video or any suggestions on what to investigate next, feel free to leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.